He was fighting like a tank, diving, slipping, and dodging his opponent's attacks. He was sharp and completely focused. Winning the title was just a matter of time. The bell rang, announcing the end of the first round. Nash came back to his corner. I was his corner assistant. I grabbed the water spray and sprayed water on his head, face, eyes, ears, neck to cool him down and to refresh him. I applied a bit of Vaseline to his eyebrows and wiped away his sweat. I said, listen, you are doing an amazing job. Nothing to add in here. Just keep up the good work. Okay. The bell rang again. Time to fight. But suddenly, Nash looked at me with eyes full of tears. I thought they were just tears of happiness because deep down he knew he had already won a title. It was just a matter of time. But then I noticed his saliva dripping like a hungry dog. I didn't understand why. I thought perhaps he had burned a lot of energy during the first round and maybe that was a sign of hunger. But just to be sure, I said, Nash, is everything okay? Well, he tried to explain, but his voice was severely hoarse that I couldn't understand a single word. The referee shouted, fighters, are you ready? Red corner, blue corner, fight! And the second round began, and Nash transformed from that victorious, fearless fighter into a 10-year punching bag, flying from one corner to another with every punch he receives. His opponent kept on hitting him mercilessly, and Nash ended up with a cut above his eyebrow, a broken nose, and even lost one of his teeth. The fight was no longer fair. It looked like Paddington was fighting against the Sub-Zero.
Get over here!
I was shocked, the audience was shocked, and even his opponent looked shocked by Nash's sudden collapse in performance. Who took the batteries out of Nash? 10 seconds remained until the end of the second round. I grabbed the spray bottle, ready to meet Nash in his corner. But by pure coincidence, I looked at the bottle that I've been using, and oh boy, oh my God, I understood everything that has happened. The spray that I had been using wasn't water, it was detergent used to clean the boxing ring canvas after each fight. It had been sitting right next to the water spray, and by mistake, I grabbed the detergent instead of the water bottle. Oh my God! So that actually explains everything. Nash's saliva wasn't dripping because he was hungry, and those weren't the tears of happiness. All of this was because of that goddamn detergent. The round has finally ended, and Nash returned to his corner. I said, listen, I know what happened, and you probably know too. He was cursing and shouting, but honestly, I couldn't blame him. I said, we have to win the fight. Listen, do you remember the movie Bloodsport? When Chong Li throws quick climb into Frank's eyes, and Frank had to fight blindly? He replied, what do you mean? Are you playing Chong Li? I said, no. I mean, you should use the same technique. Let your opponent punch you once, and that way you will know exactly where he is, and then you fire back in the opposite direction of the punch. He looked at me as if to say, do you really call this a plan? But then he nodded. He said, okay, we'll try. Shortly after, the final round started, and our Frank Dux, aka Nash, launched himself into the final round completely blind but fully locked in, next level focus. And before Nash could even blink, he received the first punch solid and clean directly on his chin. But since he had a chin made of stone, he barely reacted. Instead, and as previously planned, he launched his attack in the opposite direction of the punch. And the moment he realized that his opponent had backed into the ropes, he seized the opportunity and never let him escape. He unleashed a kamikaze assault, charging forward like one of these war boys from Mad Max. And after 2 complete minutes of continuous attack, 120 seconds, his opponent couldn't take it anymore. He collapsed into the canvas, handing the title to Nash on a silver platter and booking himself one-way ticket to the Valhalla. And there I noticed Nash shedding some tears. I froze. I said, hey, did someone spray detergent on your face again? He said, no. This time, those are the actual tears of happiness. That night was unforgettable, full of emotions, blood, sweat, and detergents. And as I promised, I invited Nash to a nearby Chinese restaurant called Chong Li Tasty Food. The moral of the story? Well, sometimes watching movies isn't a waste of time. They can give you ideas, inspire creative solutions, and even help you win a boxing title. And who knows, they might even help you book someone a one-way ticket to the Valhalla.
I am awaited! I am awaited in Valhalla!